Hey, this is Chris from GuitArmy, and in today's triad practice session, we're going to be going between the 1 chord and the 5 chord. In this case, I'm going to be doing it in the key of A, but you can, of course, practice this in any of the 12 keys. And I'm going to be we're going to be working with string sets 1, 2, and 3, and 2, 3, and 4. Let's go ahead and get in close and get to work. All right, so we're just going to play between this A major triad on strings 1, 2, and 3. Goes A, E, C sharp. That's a first inversion triad because that has a third in the bottom. Then we're going to go to the closest E, which is right here. Looks like a D chord just slid up. And that is E, G sharp, B. It's a second inversion triad because that has the fifth in the bottom. So we're just going to play back and forth between those. And as you're doing that, I want you to be looking at the notes in the chord. You want to recognize, are there any that are the same? And the E here is in both of them. You want to notice chord tones that are the same in both as well. All right, the next thing we want to do is we want to know the pentatonic scale. So we have A here. A major pentatonic scale on those 3 strings would be all right, so you want to know that as well. And then you also want to know the E. E major pentatonic on these 3 strings would be because ultimately you want to be able to play over these chords, see the triads while you're soloing, and kind of incorporate everything at the same time. So one way to do that is to practice both of them. You practice the triad, then the pentatonic. And then when you go to start practicing, what I like to do is you can even do this out of time. You can be like... put the A in there, but that's okay. All right, so that is what we're going to do, how we're going to practice on strings 1, 2, and 3. Now let's move over to strings 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to start here with the root position triad A on the 4th string. It's going to go A, C sharp, E. And then we're going to switch to the E triad. This is a root position triad. Then we're going to switch to first position triad for E, where we have the 3rd in the bottom, the G sharp, B, E. But now we're just going to play them back and forth. You can play them however you want. You could arpeggiate them. It really doesn't matter how you do it. It's just that you're seeing what is the difference between, the 1 and the 5 chord. You barely even have to move your hands. It's better than doing this. That could be appropriate in certain situations as well, but we're doing triads. All right, so we got 1 to 5, A to E. All right, let's take a look at the A major pentatonic. So we have this. On those 3 strings, 2, 3, and 4, we have. One more time. When we go to E, we have this. So what you want to do is you want to play that triad and then play the pentatonic. Both of these pentatonics are very similar. They have many common notes between the 2 of them, so there's not a drastic change in sound or harmony when you go between the 2 chords. All right, now let's do this exercise in another position. Let's go down here to the bottom of the neck. We're going to play A like this. That's a A root position. We're going to go A, C sharp, then open E. And then we're going to play our E triad starting on the 3rd string on the 1st fret, that G sharp, then open B, and then open E. All right, so let's just play those back and forth a little. So we have A, going to E, all right, and so let's take a look at the pentatonic, the A major pentatonic on those three strings right there. Now the E major pentatonic. And then you can just, you know, kind of put them together. Like I said, I wouldn't really worry about doing it in time. That's a bigger challenge if you want to, you know, get a click going. That's also very good for you. But at this point, I think if you can't see the pentatonic and the triads, practicing them together it's more important than worrying about the timing of everything. So once again, we have this. That was E major triad, E pentatonic. All right, now let's move to strings 2, 3, and 4. We're going to have this A. You kind of play just a regular A open chord, except leave off the A on the 5th string. It's going to go E, A, C sharp. That's a second inversion triad because that has the 5th in the bass. And then for the 5 chord, the E, we're going to go E, G sharp, and then open B. So we're going to play those back to back. Then E, and then to E. All right, let's take a look at the pentatonic on the strings 2, 3, and 4. We have A here. Then we have the pentatonic. All right, and then we're going to go to E. One more time. All right, now we're going to go up higher on the neck, and we're going to start with an A second inversion triad right here. Looks like a D chord. We just slid the whole way up to the 10th fret, 9th and 10th fret. And that is a second inversion because it has the 5th in the bottom, the E. So it goes E, A, C sharp. So we have that. And then we're going to switch to an E triad, which is right. I guess we're going to do it right here. And that is a root position because it has E, G sharp, and B, the roots on the bottom. So we're going to go from A to E. What I did there is I changed wherever the 3rd is of the chord, I put the 4th in there to turn it into a sus4. So we have an A here, and then I put my pinky down on the 10th fret D. It turns it into an A sus4. And then up here, for the E, you have 1, 3, 5. So if I slide my pinky up, that turns it into kind of an E sus triad. I don't like the word E sus triad, but it turns it into an E sus4 is what it does. All right, if we take a look at the pentatonic, we have A here. A major pentatonic would be this. And then for this E right here, the E major pentatonic would go. And when I start down here, I'm starting on the 6th, a 6th above an E. So I'm not starting on the root each time. I'm basically looking to see what is the pentatonic for E. And then just playing what's happening on the top 3 strings. So one more time, we have A, then E. That is something that I like to do. I like to just play the chord and then play the pentatonic so you can hear the harmony changing when you're changing the triads or changing the chords. All right, now let's go ahead and move it over to strings 2, 3, and 4. We have this triad. This is a first inversion because it has a C sharp in the bottom. C sharp, E, A. That's A major first inversion. Let's take a look at the pentatonic for that. It's going to go. Then we have the E triad. We're going to do this. Where we're going to have B, E, and G sharp. So that is the second inversion triad. I like this triad because it's fun to put the third in the bottom. Instead of playing E like this, you can put it the third in the bottom. And you also then have immediate access to the most famous pentatonic position played on the guitar is position number 5 here, or however I call it position number 5. All right, so for A, we have this. And then we have E here. So if I play them back and forth. Then I'll play the pentatonic a little. Now let's do a quick recap run through of all those triads. We have A to E, then we have A to E, we have A down here to E, we have this A to this E, and then up here to this A, this E, then this A, then this E. If you're wondering why I'm not going up higher on the neck, it's because once we get up here, we're going to go A to E, A to E. We're just repeating what we did down here at that point. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me and practicing some triads. If you need free charts for anything that I went over in the lesson, all the different pentatonic scales and triads, you can get free charts on my website. I will put the link down in the description. Feel free to leave any comments or questions you have down below as well, and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to hang out and practice more triads and do other guitar lessons with me. Thanks, and I will see you in the next lesson.